There you go, that's our cabbage and bacon fry. Just look how fantastic that is. That is a perfect meal. Eat with crusty bread or any other accompaniment. Sausages, mashed potato. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, cabbage and bacon fry. Such a classic combination, easy to make recipe. Let's go on and do it. On here, a white cabbage. So let's give that a chopping up. Now the cabbage wants to be cubed. We are cubing everything. We want some rustic looking cube in here. The core you take out, you eat, you give it to your rabbit, anything, it's up to you. Feed your dog. Someone said they feed it to their dogs. Okay. So we want some cubes. Done. And what we're going to do is just pull some of it apart with our hands, just to make it easier to cook in the pan. Just pull it apart. Get those segments apart. It's just going to make it a whole lot easier. Now you don't have to do this, obviously. You can just chuck it all in a pan and hope that it all comes apart. And it will. But you know, you're making more time where you can just take that little bit of extra time and do it now. Onion. I'm using a red onion. You can use white, brown, anything. We want the same. We want some cubes. Again, just do that, makes it a whole lot easier. Just pull those segments apart. Come on, cooking like this doesn't get any easier, to be fair. On there's some garlic, and we want to be slicing this garlic, so just slice away. Now you can slice it across that way, you can any which way, it doesn't matter. Garlic sliced in there. Okay, I'm going to put chilies in this. Chilies are optional. If you don't want them, you don't use them. All we're going to do is just break them apart. Now you can decide by breaking them apart, do you want the chili seeds? You know, you just take them out if you don't want them, just like that. Up to you. Now what's going to happen is the chili is not going to bring a chili heat, but it's going to bring a smokiness to our cabbage dish. Okay, we need to bring in a cooker and a pan. Okay, bacon today is bacon bits, and I've cut them across into cubes. That's all it is. If you can't get bacon bits, offcuts, you're using bacon, cut it up. In there. Now, it's a rustic dish, you cut it quite large. We want to see it in the cabbage. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to render it off. We're going to use a bacon fat to cook everything. Okay, now if you want to use oil, put oil in. And then we're just going to put a little bit of butter over at the end, just to put that butteriness through the cabbage. Come on, cabbage works well with butter. So it's a little sizzle on here. We're just going to keep stirring it over. Cook it as crunchy as you like. If you want crunchy bacon in there, crisp it up. Now this is smoky bacon, so it's going to bring that smokiness to this. But you know, use unsmoked. Yeah, and simple meals like this are so delicious. It's a one-pan job, you know. If you serve it with potatoes or whatever, that's up to you. But you know, this is fantastic with bread and butter. in there, onions. Now start to give those a little saute, soften them up. Now I'm using red onions, it was just for colour and because I had them. Okay, just use white or brown. Just want a couple of minutes on those onions in there. Start to soften them off. You do need to do a taste test on your bacon. But you do, seriously. We want to know how salty this is before we chuck salt on the cabbage. Delicious. Well, I'm going to use a little bit of salt. Garlic and chillies. Clear yourself a space, get that in there. Get some of that bacon fat on that garlic. Now we're not trying to brown it, but we do want to cook out a little bit of that rawness. Bring it in. Okay, let's get this cabbage in here. Oh my word, look at all that in there. Start just to bring it in nice and gently. Let's mix it up. A little bit of salt, black pepper. Now if you want to do a German version, sprinkle of caraway seeds in there. So what we're trying to do now is get a little golden crisp on the cabbage. Just change it a little bit. So just give it a little minute on there and then we'll turn it again. Then we're going to add a splash of water and put a lid on for about 3 minutes to let it steam inside, and we'll stir it over. Now a little splash of water in there. You can use boiling water, anything, it doesn't matter. Up to you. A couple of tablespoons of water. Want to put a lid on and we want to cook it for about 3 minutes. Take the lid off, turn it over. It's ready to serve. Couple of minutes, get that lid off. Nice little turning over. We're going to cook it for about 3 or 4 minutes now, just to cook off some of that fluid there. There's not much of it, look, but there is a little bit in. So just give it a little 3 minutes on here. Now it's not crucial. Okay, look, there's no water in there as such. Just a tiny bit of fluid, which is fine. We don't mind that. Want to go in there with a little splash of apple cider vinegar. Now you can use white wine vinegar as well. And we want to go in there with just a little bit of butter. Of course we do. Stir it through. Get that little bit of buttery vinegariness on there. And we're ready to serve. Come on. Let's get that plated up. There you go, that's our cabbage and bacon fry. Just look how fantastic that is. That is a perfect meal. Eat with crusty bread or any other accompaniment. Sausages, mashed potato. So there you have it, an absolutely perfect dish. Fantastic, serve it with whatever you like, you know, some sausage, German sausage if you're doing German, pairs brilliantly with the bacon and cabbage. And if you've cooked caraway seeds in there, what a combination. So I'm gonna bring this one in. Let's just put that there. In here for the cabbage, a little bit of crunch on there, look. Delightful, delightful. What a flavour combo. You've got that smoky bacon in there, you've got the onions, you've got that little bit of vinegar gone through there with the butter, chili heat, only a touch, salt and pepper. What a flavour combo. absolutely fabulous, cooked in that bacon fat all the way through there. Oh, it's sensational. Serve it up with some of these little German sausages and you've got a fantastic combo. There you go, a delicious meal, so easy, so quick. You know, folks forget how simple it is to put a really tasty meal on the table. You know, bacon and cabbage, been cooked for centuries. But you know, people don't put the combo together much anymore. They do in Ireland, obviously. There you go, cabbage and bacon fry, perfect. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends, tell them how easy it is to make this cabbage and bacon fry. And if you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video. That is a standalone dish. Nice slice of bread and butter.